Hey guys, I might actually have ADHD. So I've been tested for neurological problems twice when I was younger. I've always passed those tests. Nothing came up. I never got diagnosed with anything. But recently reflecting through my sobriety and really reflecting on my past substance use and even my past schooling, just reflecting throughout the years and really reflecting about my whole life and analyzing it, I came to the conclusion that I might have ADHD, which got me seeking out another medical evaluation now that I'm an adult. And I have lots of family friends that have been diagnosed with ADHD as adults. And I was like, man, there is definitely something neurologically wrong with me. I'm definitely neurodivergent.
Maybe you're not quite as dauntless as you thought you were.
You're right. I'm not. I'm divergent.
What could it be? And lo and behold, it is probably ADHD. I'm 99.9% sure that I have ADHD, but I don't want to self-diagnose myself. I had my first medical evaluation, my third medical evaluation yesterday with a psychiatrist, and I'm pretty sure, like I feel like 99.9% I have ADHD, but I don't want to just say just yet before I get the official medical diagnosis. So it's just gonna be a quick update video, and if I do have ADHD, I'm still filling out the like autism and the Asperger's syndrome questionnaire today, which I will hand to my psychiatrist tomorrow when I have the next appointment. And then I'm also going to be going over these pamphlets about like ADHD medication, about which would be best for me, what medication would be the best for me, because I have been on Concerta prior. I've been Concerta before when I was like 15. You might be asking yourselves, how did I get ADHD medication if I never got diagnosed with ADHD? A psychiatrist back in South Africa prescribed it to me just for exams. I was saying that I had trouble concentrating. So they gave me like a 2-month supply of 54 milligram Concerta, which was very medically unprofessional. And now looking back on that, they prescribed me the highest dose of Concerta available, which is 54 milligrams. It's a study aid for exams. And there was no testing. I was just like, man, I have trouble concentrating at school. And they were like, wrote me a script. Like literally, that's how it happened. Kind of crazy and bonkers now that I think about it, especially here in Finland, where it's a lot more of a controlled substance, a controlled medication. It's not as easily like prescribed or available. But I think that's the same case in like the States as well. Doctors might be, I've heard that doctors are quick to prescribe Adderall, right? So it really depends on the medical system you're in, but I was irresponsibly given Concerta back when I was like 15 years old. So now I'm going through the medications. We have like different, we have Ritalin, we have like a time release thing over there. Then we have like this, which is Elavans, which is like Vyvanse. So I'm just doing research currently on YouTube, how medication has affected other people taking it. And then I'm also talking with my coach, my trusted friend, my therapist, GPT, as medication does he think would be the best for me? Because I've talked about my history with addiction with Coach GPT, of course my psychiatrist as well. And I definitely need a medication that's right for me and that has like the least potential for abuse. So going forward, if I get my diagnosis, once I get my diagnosis, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get diagnosed, you know, like I think it's safe to say, but I don't want to jinx myself, you know? But I think it's safe to say that I do have ADHD. And then tomorrow I'll be going to another evaluation with my psychiatrist, and then I'll keep you guys updated. This is just the beginning of this journey. This is the diagnosis arc that I'm recording right now. See, if I do have ADHD, so much of my life is gonna make sense to me. I always just thought I was ignorant. Honestly, I always thought I was just ignorant and I didn't have the attention span. I didn't have the wits to concentrate in school on certain subjects and comparing myself to other people. But I realized that I'm neurodivergent. Like my brain doesn't function the same way as other people's brains. It's like the neurotypical brain does. It honestly doesn't. I suffer from executive function. I excel in certain areas in life and certain topics, but for the overall aspect, I am a pretty disorganized guy. Like organization is very hard and tiring for me, to be honest. It's very tiring. I can be organized, but if I'm left to my own devices, I'm generally a little bit of a mess, if I'm being completely honest. But if I'm being completely honest. So So yeah, that's really all I want to talk about. I think I repeated myself a little bit too much right now. I'm a little bit tired. So yeah, that's a quick little update. I just wanted to give you guys, we're gonna go down this ADHD diagnosis arc together. And I think this really explains so much of my past substance use and self-medicating and my addiction to substances as well, because I was always seeking something to calm myself down. I remember telling my mother once as well in the past that I need something, like I need a substance to keep my mind calm. It was always generally weed for me. And I was like, man, I don't know where I would be without cannabis, because I need something. You know, I had to give up drinking. I haven't drank for over 600 days. I've even given up nicotine. Nicotine didn't really help with my concentration that much. To be honest, once I got hooked on nicotine, was just the addiction aspect of it. I hated smoking. I hated the smell of tobacco. It's a nasty habit. I haven't smoked cigarettes or nicotine for over 3 years now. And then my use with benzos, I've had issues with like impulsivity, with anxiety, especially social anxiety. I was always using and mix and matching all these different substances throughout my life. Like the last 15 years when I was a teenager all the way into adulthood, I had a sense of sobriety, but I always found myself back and I always found myself relapsing. And now I think I found the root cause of it, which makes so much more sense, because now I can really work towards like getting cognitive behavioral therapy on top of medication, and then getting the right systems and routines in place for my mind to function and for me to be the best version of myself, and create optimized living routines and systems, and putting a foundation in place so that I can succeed and I don't revert or fall back down the rabbit hole as I have so many times prior to this. So on that note, I just want to end the video and say this is a quick little update. Gotta get my ADHD diagnosis probably relatively soon. And yeah, I just want to make this quick little update. I'll keep you guys updated on the ADHD journey once I get my diagnosis as well. And I just want you guys to remember that it's always growth over perfection. Every action you take, every decision you make is a vote for your future self. So ask yourself, who do you want to be? And always remember that the sun always rises even through the darkest of nights. Hey, peace.